repeat, this is Captain Esri Down. You can count on my support and... Glad you made it. And relieved. Clear the system and stay alert. Those beacons are emitting a powerful psionic signal.
Screech, squirm. The Genresi feast on the thrill of your despair. Your vessel will be absorbed, devoured, every piece of matter consumed.
Warning, ship is under attack. Four shields failing. Rear shields failing. Four shields failing. Right shields failing. Warning, ship is under attack.
Okay, that one I screwed up. Yeah, accidentally hitting yourself with your own torpedo. Yep. Splash damage.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Midas array sensors indicate you've destroyed a beacon. Keep it up. The array beam is a tri-quantum pulse wave. It's holding that unstable portal open.
From hull to husk, your vessel will be dissected. No, contorted. No, consumed.
Warning, ship is under attack.
The array is picking up on an energy spike originating from the
Always
multiversal portals.
fun when the next enemy group dies to the torpedoes you
Ship
are.
is under attack.
Borg vessel incoming. Its quantum signature matches our universe, but it's been infected by the Chimerans.
Rise and twist, ship by ship. Devour, consume. Feasting, stretching, devouring whole.
Warning, ship is under attack. Hull integrity below 75%.
Well done. I've cleared up the array's comms, but I'm not sure how long it'll last. Alliance reports indicate that this... Well, let's act fast. Right. This portal's chronometric signature places its conception at roughly 5 hours ago. That timestamp correlates with a localized rupture in space-time originating from an unknown source. Scans show the portal's drift vector has a decay rate of 0.015 radians per second, delayed by the array's triquantum pulse wave. If we invert the wave's polarity, we could engineer the opposite effect and expedite the portal's collapse. We can work with that. Hang on. Sensors are picking up an incoming energy signature. Brace yourself. Something's coming through. Mayday, Mayday. This is Operator Z. This is a call into the void, I'm sure, but I gotta try. Structural integrity is compromised beyond repair and emergency protocols activated. Does anyone copy? Anyone? Array comms are failing again. Your signal is weak. I repeat, this is Tegan. This shuttle is about to blow. I'm setting a course for the nearest stable structure. Preparing for transport in 3, 2. The Midas array has recorded an explosion near its central dish. Are you all right? I'm critically outnumbered. Need you to beam down here. And don't bring too much backup along. Safety in smaller numbers. And I'd never ask you.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Huh, I wonder what that universe is like. Hmm. You really don't find out that much. That's the weird part. Oh, also, another thing that's interesting is that when you look at the Midas array in this particular version of it, it's part assimilated, part corrupted by the Chimerids. And it's kind of sort of like, wait a sec, yeah. When did how did both of them? I think the idea here, of course, is that it was being attempted to be assimilated in the previous episode where we came here. And then the Chimerids somehow got to it. Um, okay. But the weirdly mismatched patchy look is kind of, yeah, I don't get it. Actually, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Data band. Ooh. I wouldn't call this structural collapse. It's a kind of sort of like ripped apart. The neural navigation thing is something I find to be weird about this because of the fact that it hasn't been used in over a year. So why is they mentioning this? Hmm. Hmm. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, though, moving on. Yeah, the whole critter scurrying across the scene is something people have pointed out several times as being like, wait a second, that feels like
Good. I see you
foreshadowing.
made it aboard.
But what are they foreshadowing?
However, your bridge officer is missing.
Mm-hmm. Bridge officer beamed down to somewhere. I don't know. Can I find that thing that was skittering around? Yeah, yeah. It only actually exists. Let's see. All of this stuff, yeah, whatever. I do have to say that the effectiveness of flashlights in this game has always been very low. It's like if I had a real flashlight that was this bad, I would never use it. This is the performance I would expect out of a flashlight powered by a button cell battery. I do have to say, looking at these things, uh, there's a lot of questions to ask about this map that if we had a Foundry version of it, I would be able to explore in great detail. But we don't have Foundry versions of maps anymore. So I anyway, moving on.
Everything all right? The
Yeah,
data
that was a
picked up on a psionic reverberation.
the music that they put in with that is a bit of I do kind of wish we had the opportunity to look at a version of this map that didn't have most of the doors locked. I know realistically the devs didn't actually build that stuff. It's like you could actually do glitches with some pieces like force the camera to show you what's on the other side. Yeah. Or actually certain maps where it just like has the camera switch to certain things. Oh, there's supposed to be one. Yeah. Anyway, though, I did get a brief glimpse here, and what I saw is that they actually put like multiple layers of paint. So that trick doesn't work as well with this multiple. Oh, hello, person who is definitely dead. Hmm. I do wish we could get this stuff uh, as costume props because it looks cool. Also, is that supposed to be a Starfleet outfit? I guess it is. Mm, yeah, I see that. All right. Yeah, it's kind of hard to be sure with all of this stuff. Hmm. It is neat that there's a particle effect on the floor here, but and once again, this is a stack of things that it does not look like it was hastily piled here. It looks like it's just dumped. And not in a hurry, but just like someone just didn't feel like it. I wonder what happens if I walk up this. Oh, it plays a cutscene exactly the same. Hmm. Oh, except that it actually does have the a camera positioning from the like light source attached to me showed on the screen pointed at something other than that's interesting. It actually does make the scene come out a little bit differently because when you just walk up to it normally, the flashlight effect is shining through the window. It actually kind of illuminates the stuff in there a little bit more. Hmm. It's very small. And of course, I can't use the map. I, person who's definitely not bad. Mm. Yeah, it just was Peter like, oh, there's people here that they look like they're probably fine. You don't need to worry about them. Nope. Don't worry about them. Nothing to worry about here. Yeah. This is not what I would be doing in a situation like this at all. In fact, I would be very, very worried. Like, what is this? Can I shoot it? No, the game won't let. I do actually genuinely wonder what those pustule things are. Because like these aren't the pustule things that are the plot device you have to do later. These are something
Psionic
different, and I
activity
don't
is increasing in
have
your
any idea
location.
what they
Caution advised.
You will be devoured. Swallow whole
They didn't even use any. Well,
Enemy target on sensor.
combat. Q. Or anyway, finally killed all of them. And now I have to wait for the red.
You're
wave.
on the right path. Com-
Again, so many of those things. Like it feels like the obvious insinuation is that these are being used to make more Chimerans or something. But what does that say about the Chimerans if that's actually how they reproduce? And there's this thing. Sabotage engineering console. Stuff. Oh, this time it just worked. The first time I did it. Huh. Last time I did this, I had to do that more than once. I'm not sure. And now we are in the same area that we saw the thing attack us. Yeah. Let's take a close look at this because appears to be the same room that's in here. Um. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that would be why the door is locked. This one, this should just stop. Mm, Yeah, he slowed down. In theory, you can shoot them. In this mission alone, you can interact with them to pick them up.
Enemy target on sensor.
Hmm. I'm not sure if this is actually a door. Like there is also this thing that they do in some of these where they have maps with like because of the way that the maps use a modular system for the actual geometry,
Comms have cleared.
which to a certain extent makes sense from an in-universe perspective, since Starfleet likes to build things using mass-produced parts. Granted, the parts are mass-produced by Replicator, but still. So having hallways with the in shape that's a trapezoid, where one case it's a door, in one case it's just a flat wall. In universe it makes sense. I do like that these things that will actually jiggle when you walk. That is a neat thing. Anyway, though, let's play with that. As I mentioned earlier, this would be one of those things where I would love to see what this would look like without all of the Karen goop in it. Like seriously, that is a lot of goop. What exactly was it supposed to be?
level has increased. Caution advised.
Hmm. There's a lot of text. Um, the idea of Camerans inhabiting people is very odd in certain ways. Also, this is one of the puzzles you collect, but it's attached to the wall and is larger than most of the ones you find on the floor. So those big things on the wall are conceptually the same thing as the lumps you find on the floor, just at a different location. And that's a lot of goop attached to the ceiling. Like seriously, that is a lot of goop attached to the ceiling. Why are the chimeras attaching goop to the ceiling? Hmm. Like seriously, what's the point of that? Now, see, a lot of this is not really like something I would consider like play. It's one of those things where you're just like, huh, this design makes me curious. Not me, me thinking it's bad. Just
Great, you made it. Over here.
and here we have the part that's really weird. Is like, why is this person hiding? The fact that she chose to hide raises a lot of questions.
Not so fast. Operator? But you're... I thought you didn't make it. Stand back. No sudden moves. Hands where I can see them. You're... me. Ezri.
Mhm.
Haven't heard that in a while. It's Operator Z now. Has been for years. Well, I'll be damned. So this is what's on the other side of that portal. Nice pips. You're still a member of Starfleet? And you're... not? But I'm assuming you're here to help. Are reinforcements coming? Reinforcements? There's nothing but decay on my side of the fence. Looks like you're living a pretty comfortable life over here in comparison. Comfortable? We're in the middle of a galaxy-wide invasion, and our fleet was sabotaged by former allies who turned out to be Borg.
But somehow that's a good thing.
You were allied with the Jean Resi. Those. They're from my universe. Oh, no. Not those. We call those Chimerans. Speaking of, I've got some pretty bad news. As suspected, Chimerans are indeed Borg. They're also Trill, I know. My whole universe is swarming with them. Chimerans are also immune to assimilation, including Etherian fusion. They also can't be reasoned with, at all. They're volatile and corrupted beyond reach. Glad we agree. Listen, I'd love to chat. But as your friend probably saw, my shuttle was blown to pieces by temporal compression.
Actually, we
You all still
don't
have a
really have any
symbiosis
reason to
commission
think
here?
it was temporal compression.
I need to hitch a ride to Trill and warn them. We do, but I can't let you leave, Operator. It's too dangerous. We need to get to the array's primary antenna control. There's a tri-quantum beam in there that we can use to close up that portal. I'm sorry, Z. We can't let it stay open. Fine by me. I've got few reasons to go back, and truth be told, I need your help. Heads up. We've got company.
I have to say, the look of the
We can't let them take over the array.
Gorger is very, very bizarre because of the fact that while it at first glance looks like a raptor, when you take a closer look, it actually has human hands and feet
I'm not leaving a
and a
single
very,
one of
very
these bastards standing. Not
mutated
in my
face.
universe, and not in this one.
Anyways, Why did it do that?
Flanking damage detected.
Oh, what?
Personal shield losing power.
I know. I'm basically just like. Part of that was actually just that I wanted to look. That is very, very.
Don't forget about those Chimeran pustules.
Oh, it faded. Turn it. I do have to say that I think that this is probably meant to be a Grey Goose sort of
It's
thing.
good to see you again. I regret accepting help from the Aventine is being tactical data. The million latinum question that I have. Well, the Jean Resi were Borg long before they were Trill. In my universe, the Symbiosis Commission attempted to thwart the Borg by creating an army of joined Trill. That backfired, obviously.
Okay, that's an interesting point here. It's a to consider. Is that she's saying the Jean Resi were Borg before they were Trill, which would seemingly mean that they are not, in fact, actually originally Trill at all. Huh. Yeah. But
What do you want to know? When our world was one of the last standing against the Borg, desperate times called for. What do you want to know? One of our brightest scientists, an egotistical Nakaj, created a protomatter-based serum and worked together with the Symbiosis Commission to experiment on. What do you want to know? The Commission helped track down some of our best symbionts, and by that I mean symbionts whose former hosts had stood the test of time, fought in countless wars, and thwarted previous Borg onslaughts. What do you want to know? The Symbiosis Commission used a protomatter-based serum on the symbionts that was supposed to heighten their psionic abilities and provide them with biological tools to resist assimilation. Instead, it drove them to madness. And the Borg absorbed that madness when they one day broke through our world's defenses and assimilated all of Trill.
this is one of those things where when you stop and think about it, the real difference between this universe and ours, or the mainline ones in Stowe, is that in this one, the Borg invasion, that is the core part of the 2409 story arc, succeeded when it didn't succeed in the main one. And this is one of those things where you just have to wonder, it's like, wait a second, why? It's like the whole thing with the she says that the Genresi were Borg before they became Trill. Huh? What exactly does she mean by that? The whole like madness thing and devour that is a result of the mutated symbiotes being assimilated by the Borg. And then the mutated symbiotes creating their own version of the collective that does that and uses protomatter based technology, which the Borg don't use in the main universe at all. Hmm. But that all happened after the Borg assimilated Trill, as part of the entire quadrant getting overrun by the Borg. So makes me wonder a lot.
What do you want to know? The Commission used the Tegan family's mining company to facilitate the extraction and stabilization. What do you want to know?
Yeah. Her family somehow produced protomatter for the project. Okay.
How were they able to break through the Trill's defenses? And how were they able to establish such a firm footing in your universe? And what about the cooperative you speak of doesn't exist where I come from. In my universe, the Borg gained the upper hand in the
This
incursion
makes
of
it feel like
2409
this is like
when
the
they
cliff
invaded the Vega
notes of
colony.
a much
The
longer
crew at the
conversation
USS
that takes like
Aventine,
an hour
one of Starfleet's finest,
because of the
was
fact
tasked
that
with a crucial
what
mission.
she says here
They
makes it seem
abandoned
as
the
though the
ship when
Borg
the Borg boarded
cooperative
them.
doesn't exist at
Their
all,
mission was unsuccessful.
but she somehow knows what the Borg
according to
cooperative
reports,
is,
anyway.
which again, it's just like, um, yeah. Then again, trying to write out the entire 1 hour long conversation, no, that doesn't sound like it would be a productive waste or usage of time. So a sped up version of it is probably the best you can hope for given the circumstances.
I helped retake the Vega colony from the Borg and drive them from that sector. But of course, you never made it because you left. I wonder who captained the Aventine.
Also, it's like, whether or not Esri is part of Starfleet is seemingly a key aspect of whether or not the Borg took over the Federation. Yay.
As far as I can tell, they're just a horde without a head, and no one to guide them. Trust no one who wishes to be their queen or otherwise control them. They can't be controlled, and they can't be bargained with. Striving to do so only ends in death. Now these Borg seek out...
Let's see
You're
if there's
right.
anything.
This might be hard to believe, but I owe you.
Nope.
The other you. Back in my universe, your counterpart was one of the leaders
Action
of the
Wars of
uprising.
2411.
You fought alongside me in the faction wars of 2411. On the eve of the fall of the
What's that?
Federation, you gave your life in battle to protect me from an incoming blow. So even though I'm eager, fight our way through this array and make it to primary antenna control so we can reverse engineer the tri-quantum beam and close that multiversal portal. Let's hope we find your bridge officer along the way. I'll also be collecting and turn off that tricorder's voice output, would ya? We're practically announcing our next move
What voice output is she even talking about? Anyways, can I jump on the shuttle? Apparently. Yeah, it has an invisible wall preventing me from jumping on the shuttle. That's weird and makes me curious. Although at some point, I know Taco Fangs realized that letting players just jump on anything and everything will result in players doing things that don't make sense from an in-universe perspective because it's an MMO and, there's only so much you can do to actually control what players do. Ooh, almost got myself. Anyway. Doo, doo, doo. Hmm. Nope. Odd that they put a pile of those. Whatever. That's cool. Oh wait, forgot. There is the log thing. Ruiz, Flores, Minchev. Well, I mean, this is actually one of those things that was an odd thing to mention in the show. Because the idea of it being a subspace telescope that's mostly unmanned, okay, sure. understandable. However, there is no way an asset like this would be left unmonitored. So, the idea that instead of having permanently assigned personnel, it has a staff that check up on it regularly. Yeah, makes sense.
I've managed.
Hmm. And my bridge
Your
officer.
officer might need shore leave
Interesting that the
after all of
bridge
this.
officer has a flashlight
Z,
too.
did you have a crew? Once upon a time. I travel alone now, and I prefer it that way. It's easier.
Hmm. Interesting that you can access the console from all the way over.
Don't leave any of those pustules behind. Who knows what they could turn into?
Turn into. So yeah, she is actually hinting that the pustules are probably related to the Chimeran life cycle. Okay, so there's two of them that are wall breakers. Yeah. Machinery of unknowable purpose. Anyways,
Look out. These creeps are stalking the hallways.
Symbiosis is inescapable. There's no protection but chaos.
These parasites are beyond hope. They only deal in destruction.
it is interesting just how badly mutated the affected humanoids are. That, on the other hand, is a Tsinkethti. And it looks like that. All of be like that. So much of be like that. Anyways, well, I do need to kill these things. So.
There's a storeroom nearby. Call it a shortcut.
I guess these are set up so that the AIs won't accidentally shoot them. That in order to shoot them, you have to do it manually. I also have noticed that AoE attacks just don't hit them for some reason. Storeroom, you say? The phaser damage ground endeavor seems to be Esri shooting things. Hmm. Hmm. I like the fact that this one's just laying on the ground. Gives me an opportunity to get a closer. It is very creepy and strange.
Yeah, keep talking to us like you know what it means. Corrupted dirtbags.
Hmm. Yeah, now that we have my bridge officer here, yeah, there's actually the possibility of these guys actually being killed without me doing something. Let me get a better picture. Whatever. Oh wait, my bridge officer's unconscious. What? Eh, that explains why things were trying to float more slowly than expected.
We've made it this far. There's no turn.
Now, oh, I suppose I could have pushed the recruit bridge officers button. Anyway,
We've made it this far. There's no turning back. We're closing in on Prime. My loyalties lie with Opera. Your friend.
Foreign body analysis. Scan results.
this is the same stuff that we were walking past earlier, but more so, I guess. Hmm. Why is a flashlight pointed at it? I'm not sure. We don't normally have flashlights in this place. Seriously, that looks like a 6-volt flashlight like I would have at the hardware store or grocery store in real life. It's even the same color. It feels out of place. Like having one of these things that I have equipped to me laying on the shelf would make more sense. I do have to say the interact range in these consoles is actually quite nice.
We're almost there. Stick together, everyone.
Oh, hey, it actually has a knockback one. Oh, I hadn't noticed that the first time. First time I didn't get close enough. I wonder. See, like the blue splash effect tells me that this is actually an invisible wall lately. So, enough screwing around with this. See, actually, you know what? I think there actually is a gap there. Hmm. You know what? Let's see. Yep. Now, if I was using other tools than the ones that I have on this character, maybe try it, but not with the tools I have on this character.
They really have a knack for leaping at you when you least expect it, huh?
You must join. Join. And never
I'm not joined now, and I never will be. Request denied, asshole.
Gotcha. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. Seriously, the ominous music that they're playing in this is part of the reason why I keep thinking of Whiteout from Champions Online. Because the fact that I think it actually might be the same ominous music. Heyo, how are you guys doing? I see you. Would you like to be exploded now, or would you prefer the wait until later to explode? Oh yeah, that's another thing. Is that for a hive mind, these guys seem to suck because they seem completely unaware of my existence. Oh well, I have to say this guy is cute looking.
Operator, look out! Are you all right? I'll be fine. Let's take these vermin out.
Yeah. Also, it's like this is a cutscene based assimilation thing.
We have to take down this
Um.
Chimeran so we can get to the beam.
We are Samresi. We
Yeah, here we
are
go.
one. We are many. We are all.
You are nothing. You will never know happiness or pain.
The abyss gives. Its promise endless. Symbiosis frees the bloated mind.
Why is the lunge not working in this guy? That's great. I really don't get that.
That's it. That's all of them. We did it. If you send the data we gathered,
Now this is something interesting. An MSD of the Midas array, but with the corrupted parts marked on it. I find myself wondering if these numbers actually mean anything, and I don't know. Hmm. Okay, so our Esri is working on the console, pushing buttons. Because we got into this room via cutscene, we can't actually go anywhere. I mean, the door does open, but oh, that's something I hadn't noticed the first time I was here. That does appear to have an invisible wall on it. Unfortunate. Hmm. Gives me ideas, though. Hmm. Oh, yeah, there's a nub right there in the wall. Let's try that spot. Maybe the nub doesn't have collision either. Hmm. Yeah, that's too tall. Either way. Well, onwards. Hmm. This is a lot of Chimerian. Hmm. Come on. Okay, that's weird. Oh, I think I see what it is. Huh. The invisible wall that I'm hitting is actually something that is a lot farther out than I originally thought it was. Interesting. Like this thing here also has invisible, but like when you take a close look, I actually can't get any farther over than this ledge edge right here. Oh, so like this piece of pipe here, the small one, that's completely covered. This one here, the only part of it that's not covered is like the elbow. Hmm. 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 Oh, there's an idea. Nope. Again, the invisible wall, it goes all the way to here. Not get any closer than that. Can't even get stand on that barrel because of the invisible wall. Let's see about standing on the pustule. It's like these things have collision. So can I stand on? Didn't actually let me. Hmm. Yeah, this asset here seems to not have a normal collision box. It has an expanded collision box that apparently includes the pistol. Hmm. Oh, right. I needed to jump on the. Nope. Can I jump on this? Kind of. Huh. It's not a run and jump. It's just a jump, though. Hmm. Anyway, well, looking at the room from this slightly different perspective, ah. does feel like they did like build a proper environment for the second floor, even if it's one of those like basic things where there's just like a wall and ceiling, not much else. Oh, hello, got something on this spot here. The invisiwall is not uh far enough to prevent me from standing up here. This is cool. Interesting that the floor section has no corruption. Hmm. Genuinely not sure what. Yeah, that's what I was expecting to happen if I stepped sideways there. It is. Mm, hmm. Yeah, there's that one area where the invisiwall is positioned a little bit farther in than the rest, but it looks like that's the only one. Oh well, it is. It tried every other section. Maybe not this one. Yeah, I don't think I did this one. Like you can get brief glimpses while you're in midair of what's up there, but yeah, from what I can tell, it's really not much. Let's see.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Wait, that did something weird. That, like that put me in combat mode, taking damage. I'm not sure why. Huh. Maybe it's just that like that one time I happened to fall high enough to take damage. Whatever.
If you send the data we gathered on the...
Right. Oh no, the triples. Now, at some point, they mentioned that you're supposed to be sending this to, or cooperating with the Borg Cooperative, but there's no other. Why are they asking you to choose a destination to send it to you? I don't know.
I need your help over here. I've... The polarity's been reversed, but something's wrong. This portal is being held open somehow. We might only have one option here.
Hmm. Yeah, the person we haven't been talking to recently.
Her
Oh yeah.
vitals are deteriorating. And fast. This... is it. There's no reversing a Jean-Res infection. Don't be so sure. I've got a lot of experience in reversing different types of Borg assimilation.
I actually get the feeling that she
It's
doesn't
different.
really have a lot of
Trust me.
information about it.
It's not working. We need to get her to your sickbay. It's too late. I'd rather die than become an abomination. Take me out, operator.
Anyway,
Just stay with me. We'll get you to my
Yeah, no.
husband, Jules.
It's actually not a particularly interesting cutscene in terms of story. It's mostly just But
A
yeah, it's like
Chimera Unimatrix.
the thing that
In the Alpha
opened the
Quadrant.
portal is
Z
still
wasn't kidding.
here. So we have
This
to blow up
dimension
the
has
thing that
fallen
opened
to the
the
board.
portal because
Is
it's
that
still holding it
the
open.
Harmony? And another tri-quantum wave beam. Well, I don't think we've been spotted yet.
Also,
Long-range sensors
there's a lot of
indicate the Harmony's
questions. It's
weapons
like, this
platform.
isn't the original. Not the original Harmony, then. Where did it come from? Because the original Harmony didn't come from our universe. So going to a different universe, I wouldn't logically expect to have that other universe have a copy of the
The
Harmony.
Harmony looks a little different since my last encounter with it.
Yeah, my regular cloak failed because I scanned, but the set bonus cloak did.
Like clockwork, never trust a sitting duck.
Resist, and you shall be consumed. Accept the Legion's embrace.
How about
The hive
no?
beacons are powering the Harmony's shields with their psionic beams. We'll need to target the beacons first to get through that shield.
Ripping flesh, bulging body. Consume its matter, consume its mind.
These pustules are emitting biotoxins that will degrade our navigational systems.
I genuinely have no idea what that's about. Anyways, though.
Warning. Ship is under attack. 4 shields failing. Rear shields failing.
Hang on. The Harmony is teleporting.
Target's shields have failed.
It took 0 damage from a plasma torpedo. What the hell? Things are immune to torpedoes? Never. I do have to ask a lot of questions about the nature of this
The shield dropped when the Harmony used its
Orgified-
energy supply to teleport.
or Chimeranified version of a Unimatrix.
Destroying the hive beacons might give us a window to target the Harmony.
Why such discord? Symbiosis is inevitable. To feel, to play is the Legion's only victory. Succumb to us. Feed us.
How about no?
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Well, that was paid. Yeah, I'm getting away from that thing. I already had one of my puzzles blow me up. Let's see here. That's a,
Warning. Ship is under attack.
oh, interesting.
4 shields failing. Rear shields failing. Right shields failing.
That's it. The shield is down. Target the Harmony.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Interesting that they can see me.
Heads up. The Harmony is teleporting again.
Yeah, of course it is. Why wouldn't?
Let's take those beacons out and finish what we started.
Twist the mind. Break it, bend it, warp it. To absorb is to ascend. No order, no command can control us. Every dimension will be consumed.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Hull integrity below 75%. Four shields failing. Rear shields failing.
What?
Right shields failing. Hull integrity below 50%.
Yeah, I screwed up. Really should not have put myself in a situation where I would have multiple
Hull integrity
enemies
below
attacking me like that.
25%.
Consume the ether. Devour his soul.
Yeah, one of the fun things here is that passive hull regeneration is a function of your... What is distracting them? Oh, the drone swarm. Oh, okay, that's cool. Anyways. Now, this is an interesting thing, because, like, those of you who have played the, Delta Rising queue will recognize this as the thing that the, Borg, collective in that, queue is using to reassimilate the, Borg cooperative vessels that are attempting to get away. You know, I probably should actually use the PEP for this one.
The shield is down. Time to target the Harmony.
Warning. shields
Like this
failing.
one, I like to use as a leading
Right
thing
shield
because of the
failing.
fact it does a bonus um, damage to shielding. But this thing was just tanky. So probably shouldn't
The
have. I
portal
should
is
have
closing.
focused
We
on
need to
doing.
go to full impulse before your ship gets torn apart by a proto-matter shockwave.
I'm glad they don't make us actually try to
I'm
fly
receiving a
this.
transmission from the Aventine. They're waiting for us on the other side.
We are the Borg. Our survival is your survival. You will open your communication frequencies immediately.
And this is one I was like, when did you get here?
The collective demands an audience.
This is interesting because this is something that is a new thing specifically for this particular mission that they didn't have this in the game before. The view frame is because I'm using the Sony.
Together, we can eradicate.
They're afraid. Afraid of the Ethereans and the Chimera.
The collective has been attacked by pretenders to perfection. A threat has been posed to perfect and imperfect beings of this universe. Your survival demands that you assist us. The collective.
And this tactical fusion
Well, so
cube
much for peaceful negotiation.
is actually just an emissary inviting us to a negotiation who, like a true emissary, doesn't stick around to do a negotiation, just gives us the message and then goes.
Speaking of queens, I wonder what Z meant when she said someone would come for her. She seemed pretty certain the
Yeah, the
Chimerans
Chimerans
don't
obviously
have
have
queens.
something akin
I
to a
guess we'll
queen.
find out.
A
Thanks for your
person who
assistance
probably
today.
was
In truth, I
a
don't know if
key
we would have
aspect
survived
of their
without you.
creation or something.
I know we... No. She worked alone. If you could beam her over, I think the Aventine would like to host a burial amongst the stars for the operator. Even though she hadn't been... Thank you. I think I understand now why Z felt so comfortable closing the portal to that universe, and why she was so ready to accept her fate. If that's the life that awaited her, then no wonder she asked us to put her out of her misery. I don't know what's more unsettling. A mirror Borg unimatrix in fluidic space, or a Jean Ress one in the Chimeran reality.
Both these are interesting. I don't feel like watching.
You're right. I'll send you a report once I check in with Starfleet Command.
Dun, dun,
There's a
dun.
lot to reflect.
So yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff with that. Is it time to turn in? Yes. Okay.
Thank you again for your help today. I couldn't have done it without you. Now that the Midas Array
And
is
there's nothing
secure
to
and
choose
free of Chimerans, comms in the
And
area
the
are
space
back online,
item,
and the Alliance is
because we don't
sending
have
over a
anything.
unit.
And
Cleanup
they made
and
a new
proto-matter
outfit
confiscation.
for
By closing the unstable
me-
portal to the Chimeran universe,
Chimeran
we managed to
universe
buy
version
ourselves
of
some
As
time.
we aware.
However,
But,
I've already received reports of
that's really-
Chimeran incursion.
That being said, the operator outfit, while most of the parts of it are not that great, does actually have a few interesting aspects to it. Oh my, wasn't paying attention. I picked up more food than I thought I did. Hmm. Oh yeah, I did have an extra painting modulator on this character, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Technically, we do have a new costume part that isn't actually an unlock. So I'm going to look at it on this character because this character has the unlock. I'm going to switch characters to see what would get on a different character. Hmm. Alrighty then. Let's see. What the? That was weird. Okay, so I'm gonna. Ooh, you know who I should check on? What are Veryl's current hero? Last time I did this, it wasn't on a character who was roaming the Republic. So I wasn't able to check out the hair options. There. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't look like she has any. It's not actually showing the hair category at all. Let's see. Ooh, this is someone who has rather boring. Changing her hair would actually make sense. But what did it do to her costume? Oh, that's right. It's because of the fact that it's one of those Red Angel variant ones. There's a recurring bug where sometimes it just doesn't load the costume category and tries to recreate the costume in a costume slot that's non-Red Angel. So it's basically just giving you a default costume in the uniform category when it's supposed to be the Red Angel suit. I do not feel like going to yeah, this is actually the main reason why I use the Red Angel suit so rarely. Is because you're functionally unable to edit. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. No. You know what? Let's try. Okay, does not appear to have had a bug delete costume. That's good. Yeah, it's a Romulan haircut on a human. Oh wait. Oh, um, here is hair. Let's see, short. I don't see it. Like it's supposed to be like pixie. Raziz. Sure, let's try this one. Just for the Oh, it does actually have a list of hairstyle options. Wait, it has two different none options? Yeah, what? Okay, seriously, like all of the characters I have with like normal hair options, I already looked at. Oh wait, no, Carrie. I didn't look at Carrie's yet. Carrie's a bridge officer who I think is actually like using the whatever the default setting should be. Oh, yeah, very very weird settings. Like go random dice roll. Yeah, better. Some of these settings really don't do a whole lot by themselves. But when the way you have them combined sometimes makes them very strange. Hmm. Anyways, let's look at that. Top wave, which doesn't really say anything. I think this is actually the one for Rutherford from Lower Decks. You have the con one, which is the whole like arc login. And the short bob soft, which is the Talin hair. Hmm. Yeah, there's supposed to be something else like I see in the name. I don't really see. I'm not sure. Oh, here we are. Short pixie. Hmm. 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 Yeah, none of these has pixie in them. Oh, wait. Short pixie, short shaggy, and short shaggy streak are the new ones. Okay. Yeah, because like this appears to be the one that she's actually um has. Interesting that the streaks are a attachment for the hairstyle and not the actual hairstyle. Hmm. That's interesting. Notably, these do not have a checkmark symbol on them, which means that I think these are actually just like default hair options that you don't need to play the episode. What's the torso length slider again? Oh, there. That's alrighty. Oh, here we are. Torso length. Yeah. Anyway, I will save this. So yeah. Wait, hold on. You know what? I could change hers. I have very specific logic when choosing a hairstyle for this character, but I think the first of these three will actually work for the logic that I chose. Because like the logic is I wanted to have the like glowing wire thing sticking out where you can see. Because let's see. This is what it looks like when you have not. It has these exposed panels with glowing wires. It's sticking out. Yeah, the short shaggy one you can't see the wires. But the short pixie one, maybe. Let's see. And you can kind of sort of see some of the wires from certain angles. Oh no, that's actually not the wires. It's actually just like being able to see this. There's like cracks in the hair. Nah. I mean, is it a bad hairstyle? No. Is it fundamentally flawed a little bit? Yeah, well. Yes, it is. I think I might actually be able to see some of them a little bit some of the time, but that's because of a glitch that's causing there to be cracks in the hairstyle. Like that one right there. It might show me the little like glowing bits through the crack, but yeah. Actually, the reason why I chose this hairstyle is because like it's a hairstyle that actually looks like something someone might actually willingly have, but it's short enough that you can see the little like glowing thing sticking out. Default lighting. Annoyingly enough, there is no dark as a tomb option. I mean, we have this, but that doesn't change the lighting. It just changes the backdrop. Although it does make it somewhat easier to see them when you have them in profile. They don't really stick out far enough, actually. To see them. Why did it make the face preset options disappear, though? Yeah, they're just gone. Huh. Okay, that's weird. Whatever, I'm not saving this. Oh, wait, hold it. The face preset options disappeared because I'm not actually looking at the character in the editor. Never mind. This is the character selection part of the editor, not the actual like character editor. Anyway, though. So that was the three new hairstyles. Now I'm going to swap characters just to see. Who's this? No. Okay. Anyways. Swap to someone who hasn't gotten that mission yet, just to verify. And I'm using this character because all of her bridge officers, most of her bridge officers have normal haircut options. I forgot that I was at Starbase 39. One ground social zone in the game that does not have a tailor. Yes, a full um service ground zone, except for the fact that it doesn't have a tailor. It has this room that had what used to be a statue of a tailor merchant, or like a holographic projection of a tailor merchant on this pedestal right here, but we don't actually have a tailor here. Never have, not even at launch, for some reason that no one understands. This map has never had a tailor. It has everything else, though. Does not compute. Anyways, I'm going to transwarp to Earth space dock. Yeah, yesterday's Omega Molecule Daily had me go to Starbase 39.
I feel so ignored.
Pew, pew, pew. Okay, so on a character who has not done
Hello.
the mission, will I see the new hairstyles? Let's see. Someone who I might actually possibly want to use it. Actually, yeah, you know what? Hmm. Oh, yeah, here we are. Short, shaggy, streaked. Why does it default to this slate gray color? I don't know, but it does. For this one, though, I do have to say that the shaggy haircut does kind of sort of mess up the whole like org implant look. Hmm. Yeah, this is better in that regard. Yeah, you know what? It is odd that this kind of like feels like it has an inherent gray bias because this is as bone white as you can get. It's like your RGB white. And this hairstyle has a gray bias, apparently. Huh. Weird. Anyways, let's see here. Where's the tattoo? Here we are. Load that. Now go to the hairstyle and choose color number 2 and load the blue. And see how that looks. Hmm. It does kind of look like what I want. I'm curious what I would get if I just put it in the other way. Oh yeah, okay. So like all of the part that's not blue would turn. Okay, so if I just swap the most of it would be blue, and there's a little bit that would be white. Whatever. Fine. I'll just go with this one, I guess. Hang on, I'm gonna double check. So I don't know. Okay, it does. I wasn't actually using any armor attachments. So it didn't like fail to load anything. It's just like that's just what. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just wasn't 100% sure and wanted to make sure. Of course, the insinuation here is that this is blood. Yeah, that her hair is tinged with blood because, but, anyway, though.
Now you're looking sharp.
I guess I'm going to call it done. Well, this is well, I was hoping that I'd do something to it, but ended up just streaming. Oh well. See you guys later.